Hey there, this is Bryson with Dimes for Dollars, and today I've got a 2-box penny hunt. I'll be looking for wheat cents, Indian head cents, Canadian cents, and errors. I'll also look for proofs, though I rarely find them. But either way, it's going to be a fun hunt. I'll open these 2 tops, and I'll bring you back in if there's anything on the edges. Otherwise, I'll bring you in on our first find. Roll number 4 now, and we've finally got our first wheat cent. And that's going to be a 1929. Wow, it's definitely older than I thought. I'm definitely glad to have that, especially this early on. Roll number 8 now, and we're going to have wheat cent number 2. And that's going to be a 1954 Philadelphia. Well, it's been about 20 rolls since we last got a wheat cent, but we got one right here. And that's a 1954 S. Well, it's the same roll, and we actually had a second wheat cent there. And it's an oldie, 1920 Philadelphia. That's awesome. And it's in pretty good shape too. For being 101 years old, it's pretty decent. So we've actually got 2 20s on this first box so far. Hopefully we'll find more in the last half of the box, but you never know, so let's get to hunting. Well, very next roll, and we've got 2 wheat cents in this one. We have a 1944 San Francisco right here. And then back here, you can just see it poking out there. And that's going to be a 1942 Philadelphia. Well, that's going to do it for the first box, and it was very weird how the wheats were spread out. It seems like most of them were in the first half of the box, and then it went cold in the second half. We did get 6 nice wheat cents though. We got 2 from the 50s. 2 from the 40s, and we got 2 from the 20s. So that was kind of interesting. Hopefully the second box has more wheat cents, but either way I'm happy with 6 because of the 2 20s. But let's get into the second box, and I'll bring you in on our first find. Well, I just flipped this box over, and we've got a wheat cent ender. And not only that, but it's also an old wheat cent ender. Let's see if we can get a focus here. It's going to be a 1930 something. I believe it's going to be a 34. I'm not certain, but when we get to it, that's going to be an exciting roll. Either way, we'll get started here, and I'll bring you in once we find our first wheat cent. Well, that didn't take very long. Our first roll, and we've got a wheat cent. 1948 Denver. Well, roll 3 now, and we're going to have our first pre-40s of the second box. We got a 1937 S. It's a fun find to have, and we got plenty more of the box to go. Well, we're at roll number 6 now, and we got some interesting finds. We got a really nice 1969 S. We got 2 sort of toned common zinc cents, and then we got a wheat cent. We got a 1944 S. So that's going to make 3 so far in this hunt for the second box. And we're only 6 rolls in. Roll number 9 now. And we got another one of those shiny 1969 S's. We also got a wheat cent here. And it's going to be a 1955 Denver. Awesome. 4 on the box. And we're only 9 rolls in. Roll number 12 now, and we have wheat cent number 5. It's going to be a 1953 S. Very next roll, and we got another wheat cent here. And that's going to be a 1956 Denver. Very next roll, and we're going to have wheat cent number 7. This time it's a 1944 Philadelphia. 17 rolls in now, and we got another wheat cent. We got a 1944 Philadelphia. Roll 20, and we got another wheat cent here. And that's going to be a 1956 Denver. Roll 21, and we've got another wheat cent here. And it's going to be a pre-40s, 1935 Philadelphia. Awesome, that's our second 30s of the box. 24 rolls in now, and we got another wheat cent here. This time it's a 1957 Denver. Roll 29, and we've got two new wheat cents. We have one right here, 1957 Denver, and we have another one back here. $1951 Denver. Very next roll, and we have another wheat cent. This one is a 1953 Denver. Roll 32, and we've got another wheat cent here. And that is a 1952 San Francisco. I also bring you in because we have two foreigns in this one roll. We have a Canadian, 1975, and we have a Bahamas Starfish one. It's always really neat to find. Either way, I'll bring you in on our next find. Very next roll, and we have another wheat cent. And it looks sort of worn. Let's see what the date is. 1948 Philadelphia. Alright. We also got a shiny 1969S. So that's going to be one more for the stack of shiny 69S's. Alright, well I'll bring you in on our next find. Alright, well we're now on that wheat cent ender roll, the 1934, what I believe it to be. Here we'll do it live and see if there's any other ones hiding out in there too. So here's the ender, and it is a 1934. Let's see about the rest. And that appears to be the only one. Still, it's a really good find. I will check through these for anything other than wheat cents, and I'll bring you back in on our next find. Alright, one roll from the end, and we got another wheat cent. This one is a 1956 Denver. Alright, well that's going to do it for the second box now, so I'm here with a wrap-up. We got 7 shiny copper pennies. We got 17 Canadians, including one young head, and we got a starfish penny. I think that's Bahamas. We also got a whole stack of S mints, memorial cents. We got 369S's. Unfortunately, none of those with the double die. We got 11 from the 50s, wheat cents. We got 7 from the 40s. And we got some oldies. We got 3 from the 30s. We got a 37S. We got a 35 Philadelphia. 34 Philadelphia. We got a 1929. And we got a 1920. Well, this hunt's been a lot of fun. We got a lot of new stuff, a lot of old stuff, and a lot of shiny stuff. So I'll definitely take that all day, every day. Glad to have it, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.